I'm already tired.
I feel you.
For that. Yo, we are live, baby. We're back in the building. How you fellas doing out there tonight?
Man, I'm great, man. I'm great.
Man, we at the top of the week, man. Top of the week. It's Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Long day, long week ahead of me, man. I'm dreading right now.
I
Got to
feel
go
you,
to
man.
flying to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That's like Cassidy said. You know, Cassidy just said that Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, yeah. Cash did come up with that. He did
Yes,
come up
sir.
with that.
So I'll be out there, Mark. So I'm too far from you, man, but I'll be back in a couple of weeks to Philly, man. But
All right, cool.
let me hit
That'll work.
Pittsburgh first and see what's going on out there, and then I'll touch down in Philly. We're gonna get a cheesesteak or two.
No doubt, man. No doubt. Holla at the homie Nate. So I'm just like, Nate, make that schedule work, man.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So we can get up Polly. You know what I mean?
Yes. Shake the mats off for me, man. Make sure we clear. I don't want no problems.
All right, I mean, I got you with that. You know what I'm saying, man? It's good out here right now, man. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, you know, we had a Philadelphia takeover of South Carolina this past weekend. I got to watch everything on ESPN. Team final, the best AU team in the country from Philly. You know what I'm saying? Won the chip out in South Carolina. They beat Bradley Bill's team. You know what I'm saying? Bradley, don't take that personal. You know what I mean? We still want you on the Sixers, so don't take it personal, baby. You know what I'm saying? No, but anyway, man, it was a good tournament, man. Shout out to team final. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my nephew Moses that's on the team. You know what I'm saying? You know, I was like, you know, he ain't starting with nothing like that, but you know, he's good.
Nickname he better be nice with the name Moses.
Yeah, that's a strong name, man. That's a strong name.
You know what? You know what I mean? I was just like, but he don't play like, you know what I mean, the Moses of Moses.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's a shooter. So, you know what I mean? He on the outside, but I just like, man, it was, you know, the games were entertaining. I'm glad, you know, Philly was able to bring it home, man. So I'm just like, man, you know, we winning chips there, Dawn Staley doing her thing, you know what I mean, in South Carolina. I was like, man, you know, I think I got to start sending kids to schools in South Carolina, man. I think South Carolina takeover is in order for Philly to do that. You know what I mean? So I might have to start doing that.
So Merv is an alumni of the Gamecocks, South Carolina. They haven't won anything, but he's still an alumni.
We have the Lady Gamecocks. Dawn Staley got a national championship.
Yeah, see, Philly, man. You know what I mean? Philly all day. That's how it works.
It took Philly John to bring a championship to you.
Long we got
one. You know, I got to start sending some people there, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I'm like, it's a great place to win, man. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Actually, you know Clemson is a good place to win, man.
So now you trolling, motherfucker.
I'm in Clemson country, man. I'm in Clemson country, Tiger country, man. You know how we do out here.
Yeah, y'all racist. That's how y'all do.
The Shawn Watson came out here, man.
I know that Clemson football coach don't like all these guys getting paid now. You know what I'm saying? I know he's been very quiet since that's been happening, but you know,
absolutely.
Hey, you know what? Like, I was indifferent. I was indifferent whether college athletes got paid or not. And I played college ball. But I didn't see any problem with like somebody getting paid off their likes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But hey, real shit. I see this could turn into a potential problem. They may have to put some guidelines on this shit. Like, I'm not against them. I'm not against the athletes that's popular making money off their likes, but they may have to adjust this shit, dog, because like Nick Saban said, the fucking Alabama quarterback, this nigga's a millionaire that haven't played one game yet.
Yeah,
it's going to be a problem.
He haven't even been named a starter.
Right. It's going to be a problem.
So they're gonna have to modify something, yo.
It's a Pandora's box, y'all. Mean it open. You know what? Thank you, LeVar Ball, for kicking the door down, because none of this would have started. You know what I'm saying? If he didn't come to the forefront saying, like, look, man, you know what I mean, these guys need to get paid. You know what I'm saying? So he put some pressure on him, through his boys, obviously, you know what I'm saying? And I think we got 3 pros right there. LiAngelo is set to play for the Charlotte Summer League team. So we'll see what happens with that. But I'm just saying, it was kind of a little long overdue. If you're not in a top tier sport, you get to go out and make money off your name and your likeness. So I'm just like, well, what's the problem with football and basketball being able to do it if all the other sports and all the other kids in college who have a major are able to do it? So I was just like, man, let's just see where it goes. Now, this thing trickling down to the high schools, that looks crazy. Like this kid, Mikey Williams, who's the class of 2023, same as Yummy for, my nephew, is a multi-millionaire today. Like, what I mean? That is insane. Like,
I'm worried about it, man. I'm really worried about it.
I mean, when you're 16 and you got a couple M's in the bank, that's insane. Yeah, the O'Bannon, Ed O'Bannon brought it through, and Charles O'Bannon, we know about that. But I think it took like a boisterous person like LeVar really to get it, for the way it needed to go. You know what I mean? But shout to O'Bannons and shout to everybody, those former college athletes for suing the NCAA and winning against them. So that was love. But man, I'm just saying, a kid, 15, 16 years old, multi-millionaire, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, he's not even playing professional anything. That just the optics of it looks crazy.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. Just it looks crazy.
Money bring problems. You know what I mean? You're a big state, more money, more problems, man. Especially at a young age, and you got kids, families come from poverty, and you drop $1 million in that bank account. More blessings to them. But man, that can create so many issues, man, if it's not handled correctly, if you don't get the right people involved, because now it becomes a distraction. It's not about the game anymore. It becomes a distraction. A friend of mine, he was talking today very briefly. He played football at Auburn, and he also played football at NFL for a few teams at cornerback. He's our age. He came from our age group. And he said, man, some of this is a trickle effect of what Deion Sanders has done with some of the recruiting and some of the players that we're seeing going to the HBCU. He's saying that a lot of times what happens is NCAA and all these other colleges, they have to reset. So it was easier for them to make that decision to try to reset everything and say, okay, you cannot go to the HBCU. You need to come here. You need to come to Georgia. You need to come to Alabama, whatever the case may be. And he broke it down eloquently, man, and it made sense. I don't think I want to bring him on the show, when we get a chance to really dive into that, because he actually broke it down really well. And
that makes a lot of fucking sense.
Yeah, I didn't think about it that way, man. But he said, man, they have to level set the entire market again for college football and basketball. Because remember, we talked about it on one of our shows that there was an uptick in some of these 5-star recruits going to HBCU.
Yeah,
right. So that's money coming out of the pocket of the major colleges.
Man, I'm glad you brought that up. Because with the kid Mikey Williams, once he said, and this was last year, he said, yo, playing for HBCU, it's something I'll look into, right? Once he said that, they dropped him from number 1 in the rankings down to number 6 immediately. And there was no reason for that to happen. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I was just like, it's definitely some politics going on when you drop a kid the very next week. He ain't even play a game or nothing. Right. And you just drop him to number 6 just because he said that, he would entertain playing for HBCU. That's crazy.
That mean niggas got to change their strategies up. You got to be quiet now. You know what I mean? You got to move in silence.
Absolutely. Yeah, Absolutely.
Damn.
Yeah. So fellas, let's stay in the sports, man. Let's talk about the Bucks, man. Let's go ahead and get the Bucks their flowers, man, for winning the chip. I think I was the only one on the show that said the Bucks was going to win. Everyone had the Bucks going down in 6. But what y'all think, man? Like, how do y'all feel about this, man? But I just want to get your thoughts on it.
Man.
You want me to go, Mark?
Go ahead.
So I was one of the ones picking Phoenix, and I had Suns in 6. And even when they went down 3-2, I said Suns in 7. And I had them going in 6 because I thought it was going to come down to coaching. And I felt Phoenix coaching staff and Monty Williams was a much better coaching staff at drawing up players, X's and O's, getting players at the right spots than Milwaukee coach. Even though he came from Pop, it doesn't seem like he came from Pop because his offense is stagnant. But I have no problems with Milwaukee winning and Giannis being the MVP. And if it wasn't for CP3, I wouldn't have even been pulling for Phoenix or even give him a chance to win. I've been pulling for Giannis. Giannis got an old school mentality, man. He doesn't come off as like the players of the day as like either entitled or soft or want things the easy way or complain. Like if you think about this is rhetorical, how many times have you heard Giannis complain? Even when he had a tough loss, even when they was expected to go to the championship, like he's had like the last 3 years, he's had some tough breaks in the playoffs, even when they was expected to win a chip, and you still haven't heard him. You can't really recall the time that he had a major complaint. They like all the niggas acting like a crybaby, anything like that. Now one thing about him, I've noticed that when he smells blood or he tastes blood, he goes for the kill.
Yep.
There's been times where he didn't have the teammates that taste blood the same way he did and go for the kill. But this here right here, they traded for Drew Holiday. Middleton stepped up to become a two-man. Holiday two-way offensive defense. He snapped in a gear on the last 4. And Giannis, this is almost like the last time I see a player win like this was Shaq. And no, I'm not calling him Shaq. I said last time I see a player win the championship in this form would just seem like, damn, just give him the ball, go to the hole, he's unstoppable. He just seemed like it was overpowering. And I have no problem with Giannis winning that MVP, getting a ring, bringing a ring to a team built from the mud and a small market team in Milwaukee. I have no problem with it. He got all my flowers. He got all my respect. He's one of the few players today that I felt like he can even play back in the Jordan era because of his mentality and his tenacity. And he has progressed every fucking year in his game. And he has gotten stronger in this game as far as like strength-wise every fucking year. So, he put Milwaukee on his back, on his shoulders. And he got them a chip.
Absolutely. What you think, Marc?
Man, I'm gonna say like this: the last 4 games that they were able to play, and it was surprising me that the refs, allowed it to be a physical brand of basketball. Something that some people have never seen before. I mean, we're from the other era, so we've seen it, but. When you talk to some of these kids about the game by game, they were just like, man, they let them, be real aggressive out there. I'm just like, man, I wish the refs would let all the teams play like this all the time, regular season and postseason. What I'm saying? And Giannis was just like, yo, if y'all gonna let me play like this, I'm telling you, I'm going to channel my inner Wilt Chamberlain tonight, and that's exactly what he did. For those last 4 games of the series. I'm like, man, his like they did like stats on it and all that, and they were just like his dominance in this finals matched, for what Wilt Chamberlain did, for real, beforehand, in his career. And I'm just like, anytime you mention Wilt Chamberlain, you're pretty damn good. Pretty damn great. To be mentioned in the same breath as him. But he really just took over. He was aggressively going to the basket, aggressively going for rebounds, aggressively playing defense. That's how you're supposed to play. He didn't think about, oh, maybe I might get in foul trouble. And a lot of these players today, particularly the big men, they worry about foul trouble. They worry about this. Just go out and play. Make the refs call your game. If you get in foul trouble, so be it. But make them, like, listen. Be aggressive, right? I'm like, as a coach, that's what you tell your team is to be aggressive, especially your big men. You don't let man, You look at all these big men today, soft. Like a lot of them are soft. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah. You know, Giannis, didn't play like that. And I'll tell you one thing. Another thing with the Bucks, right? Which, if this move flew so far under the radar, the signing of PJ Tucker. That flew far under the radar, but he was in your face, gritty. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, he always caused the key turnover, got a key rebound, key steal. That type of stuff wins championships. That you need players like that to win a championship.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You know, you can't just have a bunch of guys who are talented. Oh, we gonna win. If you don't have no dogs, you're not winning any championship. And that don't just go for basketball. That's any sport.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta have a dog.
You need one nigga that don't give a fuck about scoring.
Absolutely. You know, I'm like, man, and here's the thing with PJ Tucker. You can read his stat line and be like, well, he didn't really get, he didn't score. He got a few rebounds. He didn't get any assists. He didn't. And but when you look back at the momentum, right? I guarantee you he was involved with a play that changed the momentum. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't have those type of players on your team, you're not winning any championship.
He's one of the type players that almost like damn, I forgot like how Trevor Ariza was with the Lakers when Kobe won that back-to-back. Like he would get plays that's not that you can't count for stats. Like for example, you get a ball come for a rebound. He might not get credit for rebound, but he might tip that motherfucker somewhere. Yeah, another one of his teammates get the rebound. Or there might be a 50-50 ball that he dive and hit the ball away, and one of his teammates get the credit for the steal. That's the kind of play he was. But
absolutely,
you need somebody that's just all they care about is the 50-50 balls and play defense.
Right. I mean, Giannis. The thing about Giannis that I like, and I told you guys a couple of weeks ago, where I felt they had a chance to really win this thing, was the fact that he can't be stopped. They didn't have anyone that could even stop him at all. And when you're that dominant on the offense and defensive side of a game, you can change the tide of the game in basketball in a matter of moments. And that's what he did. The guy is so long, he made it difficult for someone like Chris Paul to hit those middies. Chris Paul typically crush you up, hit that mid-range, the little middies he be getting in. But Giannis was covering so much ground that he was able to shave off a few times in critical moments to disrupt those shots. And that's huge. When you got a big man that can literally cover the entire inside perimeter, where he can cover ground so much and disrupt any mid-range jumpers, it throws off the rhythm of a team like Phoenix, who is used to getting those middies, who's used to getting those transitional plays, because they were getting that on everyone else they played. They didn't have a big man. The other teams didn't have a big man that could really clog that middle up. And if you notice with Chris Paul, when he breaks you down, he's going to either pull up or he's going to ditch real quick. He's that cerebral as a point guard. But when you have a big man that can cover all that ground, his wingspan is ridiculous. So now he's changing the whole tide of what Phoenix was able to do offensively, just because he was able to sit right there in the middle, kind of play off a little bit, and really see the whole inside perimeter of the game. And man, that's the game within the game that he was able to change around.
But you know what, Shawn? Like, was your belief really in Giannis like that? And when I say that, this is why I asked that, because I had no doubt that Giannis was going to get his and dominate and get his numbers, offense, defense, rebounds, blocks. He's done it the last 4 years. Even 3 years ago when he struggled in the playoffs, when he didn't really have he didn't have that soft touch. It was mainly like dunks and layups. He still got his numbers. But a lot of times I didn't have no faith in Milwaukee. Like I said, because of the coach. I knew Jones would get his, but a lot of his teammates has come up short.
Yeah,
a lot of these years. So I knew Giannis was going to be a monster because he's a monster.
Right.
But I just wasn't sure if Middleton was going to be consistent. That was one thing.
I'm beyond sure.
And then Drew Holiday, we've seen him take over games, but he was also inconsistent. So Phoenix showed more consistency amongst their three players collectively.
They did.
Compared to Giannis, Middleton, and Drew collectively. And plus Giannis was coming off that knee injury. So I was like, damn, that means at least in the first 2-3 games, the teammates is going to have to step up. And that's one reason why I picked Phoenix.
Right.
So did you have some hidden belief in his teammates? So we know Giannis was going to be a beast.
I had it enough because remember I was saying how, Giannis was going to get you 40 on Phoenix. Phoenix, they don't
he averaged 40 on them during the season. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I highlighted that in my argument during that time. I'm like, he averaged 40. They had no answer for him whatsoever. All he needed was Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton to have a couple of games that were solid. He didn't need them to be outstanding. He just needed them to be solid. And when you get 40, 45 points, all you need is your other players to play solid when you're playing that strong as an individual player. But that's not just on offense, but that's on defense because he's not one-dimensional. Giannis he's not a one-sided player. He's a two-way player because he plays really good defense. And he created so many issues for them. They could not create a wall to stop him like Toronto did because Toronto also had, at the time, they had Pascal playing out of his mind. They had Kawhi playing out of his mind. And they also built a wall to stop Giannis. And Giannis couldn't get past that wall. Phoenix don't have the bodies or the resources to create that wall and perimeter defense.
And I'm glad you bring that up, Shawn, because I think this is something that when you look at the Phoenix team that they just did not have, they didn't have, to me, I don't care if you're designing the team, whatever level, right? You should have two big men on your team that, 6 foul types, set hard ass screens, and just play defense and use all their fouls. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm just like, if Phoenix would have had a couple guys like that to beat on Giannis during the game, you know what I'm saying? Put him at the free throw line more instead of letting him cause havoc day and night in the paint. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that could have slowed, not actually slowed him down from doing what he does, right? But to get him, thinking like, listen, if I come in this paint, I'm getting beat on. Right. You know what I mean? And I'm just saying he had kind of an easy time going in the paint. And then after Dario Saric went down, oh goodness, it was like, yo, this is open season. All I got to do is deal with the young fella, and the young fella, he ain't smart enough to deal with me. He not strong enough to deal with me, and he doesn't have the basketball mindset to deal with me. Right. I'm going to kill this guy, and which he did.
Right. And my last point to that, Merv, is you think about Phoenix, they never had to play up against a strong big man. Keep in mind, when they played against the Lakers in I think it was first round.
No AD.
When they didn't have AD, in the game that AD did play, he crushed them. He destroyed them. And he wasn't even 100%. That's the game the Lakers won. You know what I mean? When he went out, that's when that whole inside lane was open. It was free game for them. Because that's what they want. They're slashers, they're drivers, and they kick out and shoot. When you played against a team like the Clippers, they didn't have that. Because keep in mind, Ibaka was out. So you don't have
was out. Kawhi out.
Kawhi out. You don't have anything that protect the middle that keep them honest. Giannis and, like you said, the unsung hero, PJ Tucker, who's pesky, those guys keep them honest from doing that penetration kick out and slashing. That's why Booker and CP3 was unable to get off. Everybody else feed off of those guys, but they couldn't get off.
Shit, you know why else they couldn't get off? Because listen. Yeah, I know Lakers had, I think, the number one or top defense in the NBA. Okay, before anybody said that shit. Yo, they ain't played no defense like they did until they played the Bucks.
Right.
That Bucks fucking defense, because you got Drew, who will get your ass on defense. You got Giannis who getting your ass on getting your ass in defense. And then everybody else really plays good team defense. But like Booker got his points, but it was hard points.
Right. And that's what you want to do is a great defensive team. Like, listen, if you're gonna get 30, it's gonna be a hard 30. It will not be easy. That's exactly defensively how you want to play a great perimeter play. You want to play him exactly like that.
And Giannis, all his points was easy. It was like y'all said, it's like you'll give it to Giannis and just go.
Yep.
Yeah, yep. I remember Isaiah Thomas saying something years ago. You know, when he was talking about big men, and he was just like, man, when a big man, is physically imposing, he has to gangster the basket. That's what he has to do. And to be honest, when you looked at Giannis in this series, particularly the last 4 games to win it, that's exactly what he was doing. He was going so hard to the basket. It was just like, listen, if you try to go up against me, I'm going to rip your arm off while dunking this basketball. Right. And to be honest, with Ayton, you know what I'm saying? He'll learn from this, but he just was not ready for that type of physical attack. He just wasn't ready. He's just not there mentally, because he's young. So he doesn't know any better. And he's not strong enough. That's a guy who should be like, I need to be in the weight room every day. After playing this guy, I got to go to the weight room every day.
But you know what? I'm going to slightly disagree with y'all on the reason why he wasn't able to do anything with Giannis. I don't even think it had to do with. I really think it had to do with. It didn't have anything to do with strength, in my opinion, compared to Giannis with Ayton and Giannis. It didn't have anything to do with strength. 2 things. One thing he can practice on. Whoever's their defensive coach. Need to help him on better defensive position. You
mean outside the paint? You mean outside the paint because Ayton's not comfortable outside the paint defending.
He wasn't quick enough for Giannis. He just was. I think it was more speed because anytime the guy on Giannis was able to blow past him, and Ayton looked so weak because he was out of position. He was playing catch up every fucking time. So,
but the thing is.
It's a strength,
he doesn't really know how to recover. Like I would say like this. Here's the thing, I'm saying, if you want to know how to play against Giannis, I'm saying, a guy like him really should be talking to Embiid, I'm saying, for how to play, good solid defense against Giannis. I'm saying? Giannis gets a hard time with the Sixers every time. What I'm saying? Because physically they know how to play him. Right. What I'm saying? And Ayton just does not know. But you know what you got to do? You got to go to the people who do know. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's what you got to do. I'm like, man, Giannis had some problems with Clint Capella too. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because Capella was just like, look, I'm here. I'm going to body you up. You're still going to get 30, but I'm going to make it very hard for you to get it. Right. And I'm just saying it was easy to get it against Ayton. Ayton has to talk to these veteran big men and work out with them and be like, how can I play against this guy? Because this guy destroyed me.
Capella's a lot more nimble than Ayton. Ayton is really more of a traditional. Like he's slow. Like if you go back and look at him highlights, his quickness is what Giannis' quickness is what.
But you can work on dealing with that.
You can deal with that.
So bad.
You can listen. Yeah. You know what I mean? Embiid's a bigger guy than Ayton, and he can play against Giannis, but he's older. I mean, we understand that. I think it's just youth and inexperience of why he did the way he got done. You know what I'm saying? If he works with some of these veterans who know how to play, call Giannis himself. He just beat you. I'm quite sure Giannis will be willing to work out with you and all of that.
Giannis ain't doing that.
No, because here's the thing. Here's the thing. No, you know why they do that? Because the game always recognized the game. Kobe did it every year, and he was a champ.
Giannis ain't doing it. They won't.
Giannis is from Kobe's school, man. For it, he's going to do it.
You never think like that, Mark. Like ain't nobody trying to disagree with you. Like, have you not been listening to his interviews? He's just he's not like that. He's not like LeBron and them, and they go play together. He's not. He doesn't think like that.
Not in terms of play, but working out though. That's different. That's not joining the team. That's working out.
No, I ain't talking about. I'm not talking about joining the team. I'm talking about. You know how LeBron and them they go and get up and they go play with the other players and they all chummy like every summer.
Oh no, you know what I mean? For nah.
Giannis ain't like that.
No, listen, he's a Kobe disciple. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, I mean them Kobe disciples all play together.
But Mark, you remember Kobe was very selective on who he worked out.
Exactly.
He didn't.
You know what I'm saying?
Open season, everybody come and learn from me.
No. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm like, man, but if Giannis sees something, you know what I mean, for in him, he'll work with him. If he like, yo, this guy got the fire to play well, he'll work with him. You know what I'm saying? But you got to have the fire to get invited into that club. You know what I'm saying? You got to have it. Either you have it or you don't.
Merva, Giannis went past Ayton and dunked and barely touched him, and Ayton's body kind of flew. Ayton realized right then and there, like, yo, I'm not strong enough or quick enough to deal with this guy. Because when he does that move,
when you out of position, trying to recover, this is basketball or sport. You're going to look extra weak. I'm not saying he don't need to get strong. I'm not saying he don't need to get strong. I'm not saying that. In my opinion, I'm saying it was more of a quickness factor. That was the biggest factor. It wasn't this. It was more. The quickness factor was more of how he was making Ayton look so bad, and since he was blowing past him, and you trying to recover, all your strength come from your core, right? So your core and your everything is off balance, and when you're trying to recover, you're going to look extra weak. So all I'm saying is, it was more his quickness that made him look bad.
Man, he better talk to the guys who know how to play Giannis well. His guys who know how to play Giannis well in this league, he better get with them, and I mean ASAP. Or he gonna get done like that again.
Right.
And again and again and again.
Kawhi,
you know what I'm saying?
Underratedly strong, and I don't know if that's a word or not, but he's underrated when it comes to strength because he was able to hold his own against Giannis in that Eastern Finals with Toronto. He told the coach, put me on Giannis one-on-one, I got it. And he stopped Giannis from getting to the paint like he really wanted to because he wasn't going for the body. And he got in position. So
Toronto had some they had some real physical big men, that really was going to push Giannis around. And that's the team players you need, you know what I mean, for to play against Giannis.
Yeah, fellas, let's move on because we got another major topic coming up that we need to dive in. So I want to get some quick hits on USA basketball.
Goodness. Oh, goodness.
We took another L, man.
They don't play team basketball.
They don't. What is your quick hit on Team USA, man? It's embarrassing.
I think Marc touched on this. I can't remember if he touched on the last podcast or if he said it in our fucking group chat or if he said it on Facebook. Like, this has been probably one of the worst collective international selection for they didn't pick the right team for international. This might be a good team as an all-star game, but when it comes to international play, it's a whole fucking different ball game. That's why they call Carmelo Anthony our Olympic king, because like international ball is like is like perfect for his style of play, and they just picked the wrong collective group of players.
Wrong coach too. Wrong coach for this group.
Wrong coach.
Wrong coach for this group.
Dude, Pop is not a good coach for international play. You cannot run the San Antonio Spurs offense in international play.
These guys don't even know the Spurs offense. That's even worse.
Right. Look, if they get bronze, that's going to be a victory. If they get bronze, all right. Yeah. They're not even scoring. They're not putting points on the board. You got Dame Lillard and you got Kevin Durant. Come on, and they get outscored by 48 combined.
But they're looking for foul calls, and this isn't the NBA. Right. You know, where you breathe on somebody and then foul. Sorry, this is international basketball. You know what I mean? You're not getting any ticky-tack calls because of who you are.
And they're complaining.
Sorry.
Right. So, man, we'll see what happens, man. I'm not looking forward to how this is going to end, but it's not looking pretty good.
No.
I saw this came across the wire, fellas, that Kawhi is looking to re-sign with the Clippers. I know he was up in the air if he was going to stay with the Clippers, But it looks like they're going to be able to keep him. Like he's not going anywhere. He's going to re-up over the summer. By the time it's done for him to re-up. So you guys think it's going to happen? You think this is all cap, or you think we're looking pretty good to keep Kawhi in the Clippers uniform?
Cap. Remember when Kawhi, we didn't know where he was going to sign, Toronto, Lakers, or Clippers, right? And Uncle Dennis, for real, is the one who ran everything, right? And all the NBA, for real, beat writers, except our boy Danny, who didn't jump in that mess.
Mm-hmm.
They knew nothing. They didn't know where he was going to sign, and they were coming out with reports for weeks. Oh, he's signing with the Lakers today. He's staying in Toronto. He's signing with the Clippers. They knew nothing. You know what I'm saying? So you know what? Anytime it comes to Kawhi, I need to see him sign the contract, and then I'll believe it. Other than that, I don't want to hear any reports about where he's going, because all those reporters were wrong. And I'm glad, for our man Danny Thompson, for had the sense not to get into that crap that the rest of those guys got hoodwinked and bamboozled because they didn't know what was going on. All they're doing is reading Twitter, hoping to get an update. Come on, y'all guys are clowns. You know what I'm saying? That's all I got to say about it.
Whoa. And this was reported by Woj. So Woj has been pretty on point with his reporting on anything NBA. So Woj was the one who reported that Kawhi is staying in the Clippers uniform. Merv, what do you think, man? What are your quick hits on this one?
Hey, I agree with Marc, man. Kawhi is probably the best free agent poker face motherfucker in the last 15 years. Like, motherfucker never really show his hand until it's time to rather hold him or fold him. And I agree with Marc. Until I see that motherfucker in somebody's city and this ain't a contract is on the table right now. All right, now it's all speculations, because somebody could damn make a call at the last second, or he can make a demand on the Clippers, and he don't like that shit, or they don't oblige, because that's how Kawhi is now. That he's quiet, but that motherfucker is demanding like a motherfucker. And at the last second, something small, like, you know what, I don't like that shit, I'm out. So I got that motherfucker signed, man.
Okay. So another quick hit. Let's go to NFL. Aaron Rodgers goes to the Green Bay Packers. Here go to Aaron Rodgers' petty stuff he got going on. So now Green Bay looking at restructuring a contract and putting Aaron on a 1-year contract where he comes back for this year with the possibility of either being traded next year or whatever the case may be with his situation. Are y'all tired of hearing about Aaron Rodgers at this time?
Man, I'll say like this. I'm tired of hearing about him, but it's like a domino effect, because they have, the Packers are having problems, doing the Devontae Adams contract. The linebacker, the best linebacker on the team, I'm forgetting his name at the moment. Y'all probably know it. He's having problems with his contract. So I'm like, so wait a minute. This ain't just an Aaron Rodgers problem. This is a Green Bay Packers problem. They got problems with all their stars. So I'm just like, man, you got to talk about it, because it's more than just Aaron Rodgers. But this looks bad. I'm just like, you shouldn't have this many players, this many of your star players that have a problem with the team or whatever, and you're not getting deals done. That's just a problem in itself.
Yeah. I know I'm not a Rodgers fan at all. Never liked Rodgers. Always thought he was a diva. I think he's highly overrated. He got 1 Super Bowl. Is he a talent? Absolutely. Without a shadow of a doubt, he's a talented quarterback. One of the top tier quarterbacks of all time, straight up for talent-wise. But is he a winner when it really counts? No. And we got to stop giving him these passes, man. We got to stop saying Aaron Rodgers is one of the best throwers, big arm. Man, Matthew Stafford has a big arm. Matthew Stafford is one of the best throwers of the ball, but he doesn't have any championships neither. And you can say he wasn't on good teams. I don't care. It doesn't matter, because you can do the same thing for this other quarterback.
Go ahead, my bad.
It matters, but it doesn't really matter, honestly, because we thrash other quarterbacks all the time. And we always put these other guys on this high pedestal, but we want to make excuses for why Tom Brady is such a great quarterback. People say Spygate, and he had a defense that carried him and all this mess. And this guy's still winning with championships at the age of 43. Aaron Rodgers is a top-tier quarterback, no doubt, but he's not a winner when it counts, man. Straight up. Go ahead, Marc.
Bullshit. Every fucking thing you said just now, just bullshit. Yo,
football. Has he won? What has he won? One Super Bowl in how many years?
First of all, football.
Well, I don't think they gave him the offensive team that he would want. You know what I mean? But that's just me.
You finished or you done? You done or you finished?
Go ahead.
Okay. I guess you don't like the way. I guess you don't like because I led off with bullshit. All right.
Yeah.
My bad. My bad. That's my fault, Shawn.
I just get facts. I just get quantified the facts, though.
I said my bad.
Okay, right. Go ahead. All right, go ahead.
I'm gonna start over. Let me start over.
Okay.
All right. Bullshit. Bullshit. That's bullshit. Now, listen. Football is the ultimate team sport.
It does.
Football is the ultimate team sport.
It is.
For you to win a championship in football, all three of your phases have to be solid. That's offense, that's defense, and that's special teams. Okay? So Green Bay, just like y'all mentioned, or like Marc mentioned, they really don't like paying people. Every time they have a number one receiver that becomes big time after like 2 seasons of stats where he needs some money, they get rid of his ass. Aaron Rodgers have made so many fucking receivers multi-millionaires that Green Bay didn't want to pay them. They go to another team and they're fucking garbage. They're garbage. Just about all the goddamn receivers that left Green Bay as this so-called number one, they put the stats under Rodgers, go to other teams, and pure trash. That's one. And they keep giving Rodgers these bullshit receivers for him to reinvent another number one receiver. Green Bay defense, out of the last 80% of Rodgers' seasons that he's played, he's had terrible defense. He's had to outscore majority of all the fucking teams he played against. Here's the other thing. How many times have Aaron had a 1,000-yard rusher? I think maybe twice in his career. And they haven't had no defense, haven't had no fucking running game. Special teams been trash. So it's not a pass for Rodgers. This is more. This is not a pass for Rodgers. This is really more about talking about the Green Bay organization and upper management. They've only drafted one. I think. Hold up. No, they haven't drafted any wide receiver in the first round. They might. I don't know if they drafted this year or not. But before this year, I know they haven't drafted any wide receivers in the first round. They haven't given Rodgers the fucking tools needed to win more than one championship. So when I say Rodgers is, I don't think he's overrated. I think he deserves everything he gets for like being a talent. But the Green Bay Packers, man, their organization is, as far as like signing players, they're trash as far as that.
Anytime you could beat on the front office, I'm all for it. You know what I mean? Front offices always deserve to get beat on when they don't do what they need to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's speak this to kind of go through. We haven't even hit our main topic. We got our guest coming on tonight as well. So let's go ahead and get into the main topic.
Okay.
Let's
go.
I know we was going to talk about Kanye, but let's wait till the album come out before we get into that. Wait. So I know you guys had a chance to listen to some of the album, but let's get into the main topic, man. Nick hit us up earlier and wanted to jump on this topic. This is a topic that Merv had put together as far as like the Mount Rushmore. This was a topic that was very that was trending a lot on hip hop wires over the past couple of days now. It was around just the talk around the New York Mount Rushmore. Now we've seen these topics before, but this one drew a lot of attention because you had people asking, how do they put this criteria together? Where do they get the names from? How can they put the names together? So that's going to be we're going to go into this real quick. And then once we get it heated up and going, we're going to bring Jay Sa on to talk his shit. But let's bring Nick on real quick because she really wanted to hop in here and talk about this Mount Rushmore of New York. All right. And this is not to talk about other areas, but this was the one that was trending. Nick, what it do out there? How you feeling?
Can't hear you.
You on mute. You on mute. All right, I just unmute you. You good?
Yes. Hello. How y'all
Hey,
doing?
There we go.
Hey, all right, we hear you now.
You ain't been on it in a while. You forgot how to damn operate this shit.
I
Right.
know, right?
Right. Yo, so Nick, you wanted to hop on tonight to talk about this Mount Rushmore of New York. So I just want to make sure that
Hey,
we
Tayshawn.
really dive into it. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. The Mount Rushmore of New York. First of all, do all of you guys agree with the three that's up here so far?
No.
I'm agreeing.
Nick said no.
I got a question, Nick. I know you about to replace some people, but with that picture, right?
No, I'm not. I mean, it's all right.
No, but hold up. But I just want to ask real quick. With just those three, if you had to only pick one before you give your 4, who would it be?
Come on, man. Let me clarify my position first. I just I feel like old school artists don't get they due. But it's hard because it's only 4 slots. But like to me, you know, Rakim should be up there. LL should be up there. You know what I mean?
I got it. I mean, I feel you on that.
That's what you're going with.
It's a tough debate. I mean, you could pull out like 9 or 10 guys for them 4 spots. Like
that's tough.
It's tough.
That is tough. That's tough. So, Mark, I'm gonna start with you, and then I'm gonna go to Merv next, and I'm gonna circle back.
I'll say like this, right? Let me start with Biggie because I know you hear a lot. He doesn't have enough material. He has the 2 albums or whatever. And I'm gonna say like this, right? I can't speak for everybody, but I'm just like for me, and I'll speak for all of Philadelphia if you don't mind. We play mixtape Biggie way more than we played the albums.
The mixtape,
you know what I'm saying?
Fucking crazy.
Like mixtape Biggie was insane, and you know what I mean? It was hundreds of fucking freestyles, right? Yeah. We played that shit day and night. You know what I'm saying? So when people say he don't have enough material, I'm just going to assume you really didn't listen to, hear, or play mixtape Biggie. You know what I mean? You did not have it. You did not get a chance to get with it. You weren't in the car rolling to it. It's a lot of shit that you just left out, you know what I'm saying, of you coming up. And mixtape Biggie wasn't a part of your rotation. You know what I'm saying? So sorry, boy, you didn't miss that era. You know what I mean? Go back, listen to it. You know what I'm saying now? You know what I'm saying? I'll get to with Nas and Jay-Z, they stood the test of time. You know what I'm saying? You know, you enter different decades, right? You know what I mean? They have music that was good, really good. You know what I mean? In that. I understand, you know what I'm saying? You know, with Nas, right? His best stuff, you know what I mean, is more his earlier stuff. I get it. But he has some gems in there, you know what I mean, for all throughout the years. Right. Also, I like how he was able to bridge between, you know what I'm saying, for real, from his generation to this new generation. And Jay just made great music. You know what I mean? It seemed like all throughout. He consistently is one of the best artists of any genre, in my opinion, because he just makes that good of music. Right. Now, my 4th is LL Cool J, who spanned about 4 decades, 80s, 90s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s. I'm quite sure if he could put a great record together today, and it would be 5 decades. You know what I'm saying? But he has hit records in 4 decades. How is he not on the Mount Rushmore if you have hit records and good albums in 4 different decades? Come on, man. L's the man. You know what I'm saying? And this is no disrespect to Rakim. This is no disrespect to KRS-One, because both of those guys had they had hit records, but they had a time period on where they were, and then it stopped. L just kept going, and he's from their era, but he kept going. Rakim, you know what I mean, for real, you know, stopped. I know we supposed to get the joint with Dre, but that collaboration never worked out. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, with KRS-One, it was just like, man, he was good, really good in the 80s, good in the 90s, but then he kind of slowed down. So I'm just like, man, it just kind of stopped. But L kept going, so to me, L gets the spot.
That's interesting. So Marc gave it to L. Merv, how can you follow that up? Marc made some compelling arguments, man. What you think, man? How can you follow that up?
Yeah, shit, Marc's speaking well tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, I can't follow that up because you know what? Like the last concert you had, I disagree, but my folks would be goddamn my folks be the same nigga that goddamn go look your lips, bitch. Like it's gotta be fucking LL. Like everything he said, I agree. He said everything that I would say because, like you said, you got 4 decades. You got, I think, his first album came out was it 83 or 87?
It was like 85, I think.
Yeah, 85. I always keep saying after Crush Groove, right?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Crush Groove. That's when he came out.
His last album, I think, was 2014, I believe.
Yeah,
2014, I think. That we're not even rounding off. That really is 4 fucking decades, and that's why he made the album The GOAT, because like for a while now, he really don't get, in my opinion, he's probably one of the most underrated, arguably GOATs, underappreciated, arguably GOATs there is in hip hop, because whatever kind of record that you mentioned, whether you talking about hardcore, whether you talking about for the ladies, whether you talking about this, and let's not forget, LL is undefeated in battle raps.
Yep.
In hip hop battle, this nigga is undefeated.
Yep.
So it's like, what the fuck you say? I crush Ice-T, Hammer, and crush Ice-T something and Hammer.
It was Mo D, Hammer, and Ice-T Girl.
Danny, chill out.
Yeah. See, Danny, I give you props, Danny, and you do this shit.
Right.
Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Cut it out.
Then you had a young boy that had skills, like really had skills, and everybody thought he was about to come and tear the rap game up. But before Canibus got stupid, Canibus was on his way being the next big motherfucking thing. And you heard like that Canibus verse on the Lost Boys, when he was featured on the Lost Boys track, one of the hardest verses. One of the hardest verses you can probably give any kind of verse. And he went against L shut him down. So
right. The second round KO was no joke.
Exactly. Like I don't know how the fuck you recover from that.
The thing is, when you go against L, you got to stand the test of time. Even when you battle him, it's like you're battling him over years. You're not battling him right then. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but even with that being said, LL didn't win he did not win with his legacy. That nigga went on a ferocious tear and started making like this after this, and just started bodying that nigga with current.
And look how many years that went on.
Exactly.
He sunned him.
Exactly. So he didn't use his legacy. He didn't use his legacy to beat Canibus. Right. That nigga went head to head with with Canibus, and he lost. And we're talking about one of the best lyricists at that time, hard lyricists at that time. So I gotta go LL. How can you not?
Yeah, I mean, it's a Queens thing, I guess. Queens get the money, but anyhow,
I was waiting for that.
Hate up, man.
Hey,
I'm trying to tell you, Queens is really winning right now. I mean, they're winning big time right now. Shawn, I mean, I get it, man. Shawn gonna talk his shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, man, you got Queens on the Mount Rushmore like twice. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you got Raising Canaan out there. So Shawn, talk your shit, man. It's cool, y'all winning. I'ma let you have that right there.
Hey, Marc.
One thing also, a few people like their first. Wasn't like their first song, like on the LL song, like Foxy Brown and that I Shot You remix.
Yeah, that was the first time out.
So like L, you know what I mean? Like I know he didn't put her on, you know what I mean, but he kind of brought her out. You know what I mean?
First time too.
Like
Canada's first time.
You first time on the LL. So he had no problem showing love to the young ones.
Man. Yeah, I mean, shoot. I'm like, L, if you check out just the features, right? You're gonna be like, yo, L was on a lot of shit. Like,
right.
I'm like, man, when he reached out to this young boy at the time, Kinfo Kia Shawn, and he was on his remix, I'm like, yo, L getting down with Memphis. Y'all mean for 8-Ball MJG on that shit? I'm like, L really reached out. And I'm like, maybe that's a Queens thing too, because I was like, man, you see some veteran rappers from Queens reaching out to the youngins. You've seen it over time a lot. I got to give props to that.
Hey, I forgot. LL said, female rappers can get it too. I don't give a fuck, boo.
L was disrespectful. He didn't care.
Yeah.
I mean, but here's the thing.
Like, hey, real quick, Shawn.
Yeah.
So I want you to speak on this as well. Y'all remember when Ice-T and I think me and you, Shawn, might discuss this when LL and Ice-T was battling.
Yeah.
Ice-T said LL was being so disrespectful. He thought he was gonna have to kill this nigga.
Yeah.
He
was gonna put a hit out on L because L got very crazy with L called Ice-T a hip hop raccoon. Because that was back in the time when
he had the ponytail.
Little raccoon ponytail, right. And he was talking about Ice-T's baby mom or his wife.
His wife at the time. Yeah, his wife.
Right. And L didn't care. L was like 18, 19. He didn't care. So you gotta think about it. His first album came out in 85, right? And he was like 16, I think, 15 or 16 when that came out. And since then, he was just killing it. He was a battle rapper. He battled some of the best. Think about it, you that young, you're going up against an Ice-T, an Ice Cube, and Kool Moe Dee, who was considered some of the major guys in the industry during that time. And he went up against them and really defeated all of them with ease. So before I get into my spiel, Nick, who was your fourth? I didn't know if you had
I already said LL or Rakim, but yeah, definitely LL. I mean, LL, first of all, LL has bops. You put on that Jingling Baby remix, I'm gonna get the fuck up and start cutting up like right here, right now.
You got to. Yeah.
His songs are so timeless.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and he was just so like, if you put on I'm Bad, who is not gonna jump up I'm talking from our generation? No rapper can rap. But you know what I'm saying? And do the same shit that he was doing in that video. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
And then like Marc said, like his career, we saw LL as like a kid and crushed it. And now he's like a grown ass man, kids. Yeah. He might even have grandkids, you know, wife, and you know what I mean? Like his career, actor LL.
Right.
Like LL was a respectable actor.
Right, absolutely.
And so, you know, he really like, and he was like, was he one of the first rapper turned actors?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, one of the first. Yeah, exactly right.
Hey Nick, you made me think of something when you just said some of your comments. You know, another thing LL was, that nigga was a statement. Because like for example, when we do like an old school 80s, either 80s fashion show or an 80s party, people say, yo, I'm about to go get my LL on. Like he was he had a whole look with the damn little all brim Kango hat and shit, the big gold, like he had a whole look. So like we do 80s, how many other rappers do you like, yo, I'm about to go just like them, or like he was a whole fucking statement. So at that time, when you first signed with Def Jam, that nigga was a whole movement.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, and I'm like, man, and you could tell L, he just spans, I mean, for the test of time. By, you know, when you ever hear an interview and Drake talks about LL, I mean, the props that he gives LL, I'm just like, you can see kind of, you know, with the Drake transition of how he started and where he is now. You could tell it's some a little bit of L influence in that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, he definitely get, and that's why he gives props to LL. So I like that. I like that right there.
LL was one of the first brand ambassadors, FUBU. And then remember the Gap commercial? That shit is iconic. When he fit FUBU in, like that shit was like.
Yeah. So
LL don't get the props that he deserves.
He don't.
He doesn't. I don't think he does. When he said that he want to battle Jay, versus, he feel that's the only one, and people kind of laugh. I thought about that. I'm like, 20 LL.
L got 20. He got an easy 20. He got an easy 20.
He might hit Jay.
He could do 40.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
He really can't 20.
But he has an easy 20. Like it's
easy because
like you could pick from the second 20 to be in the first 20. Like
KRS-One wanted L. L was like, people don't want that. And he said it in his own LL way. Like in other words, saying, look, Chris, you nice. Don't get me wrong. You want the forefather, but you're not coming over. Because he says, I don't think people really want that. I think they will want me or someone like a Jay. Yeah. And he was that was cocky.
Yeah, but here's the thing, you know what I'm saying? And I get why he said that about KRS-One. It's basically like, dude, it's like, dude, I got 4 decades. You got maybe 1.5.
1.5.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And this is no disrespect, you know what I mean? Because KRS-One, you know what I mean, is one of the best lyricists of all time. You know what I mean? He's right at the top. You know what I mean? If you're talking just lyrics, he's right at the top. You know what I'm saying? Him or Rakim. But what I'm saying is that, I mean, man, when you're talking the music and you're talking the lyrics and you're talking everything, I'm like, man, like, look, the man 4 decades. You got to at least have 3 decades, you know what I mean, for it to even try to challenge him for verses. You at least got to have 3 in. You can't have 1. You got to have at least 3.
Total package. What you gonna do when you play?
They're not all girl songs because a lot of people.
No, they're not.
Not with that.
Right.
You can debunk that theory pretty quick.
But what can you do when he put on "I'm Gonna Love You Better"? What are you gonna do when he put on "I Need Love"? What are you gonna do when he put on "Hey Love"? Like, come on, L knew how to speak to everybody. You know what I mean? Effortlessly, without compromise. That's a tough battle for anybody.
L was the man.
You
know what I mean? For real, anybody who names himself Ladies Love Cool James is a cool ass nigga. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, I wouldn't have the balls to name myself that. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah.
Ladies Love Cool James.
I saw LL Cool J in the airport in Atlanta once. I froze like a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I believe you're not the only one that did that, though. You know what I'm saying? That didn't just happen to you.
Everybody on the escalator, we all just
just stop. Yeah,
this nigga looking stupid.
He carries that aura, man. He carries that aura.
Yeah, it's like that Rick James aura. You know what I mean? Right. The same aura.
See that orange glow coming around.
Yeah,
man. My Mount Rushmore is different. I'm being honest. Because I kind of want to take Big off, only because
mixtape Biggie.
Because of the body of work. It's tough. It's tough for me because I struggle with this one because my 4th, you guys got me swaying towards L for obvious reasons. But the way I was thinking about this was my 4th would be if I could put the W up there. If I can just put Wu-Tang.
As a group, a whole group.
Yes.
Hey, hold up before. Hey, Shawn, but check this out, right? I'll be looking.
That's kind of cheating.
No,
how many records you got out of a group? God damn. Even Captain Don got a couple good verses.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
But guess what, y'all? But guess what? When I posed that question, that's the first thing Shawn said was Wu. So I was like, this nigga's crazy. But I Google shit when Wu comes shit like that. I don't know if y'all can see that shit. It got Wu. That's a list that I Googled. And they really got Wu, the fucking crew. They really got the whole Wu-Tang number 4. This is best New York rappers, and they got Wu as number 4. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's a lot of people to include. I'm like, man,
I did that shit, but this is an actual. I thought Shawn was nuts, but I went to Google some lists, and it was actual fucking list. I did best New York rappers of all time. They had Biggie number 1, Nas number 2. Jay-Z number 3, and Wu-Tang number 4.
Yeah, and I
What
can't.
publication is this?
Huh?
What publication is this?
Yo, they trash for that. Come on, man. It's like 40 guys in the whoop.
Ranker.com.
Radar.com, you said.
Ranker.
Oh,
Ranker.
Yeah,
Get out of here, Ranker.
They put Ranker pretty legit.
Yeah, they know from
It's
Ranker.
even stuff from Master Killer that I like. Come on, man. It's not even fair. You know what I mean?
But Mark, that's the thing, like, because how can you talk about the pantheon of music without putting Wu-Tang somewhere in it as a whole?
You put them in as the greatest group. That's where they come in.
You can, but Mount Rushmore. It's hard for me to edge out.
It will be around a Mount Rushmore of groups.
You can do that, but
because then you would have Wu, Tribe. You know what I'm saying? Groups.
Run DMC or something.
You can do it. That's all great. But if I can just put the W up there, I'll be fine. But for the sake of this individuality, it's why it's hard for me to put Big up there is because I can always replace Big with Kane, because you don't get Jay without Kane. It's like you don't get.
That's true. And Jay said that. Nas. Jay have spoken on that.
Right. You don't get Nas without a touch of Rakim and a touch of Cool G Rap. You know what I mean?
Well, you definitely don't get him without Rakim. You know
what I'm saying? Rakim. But the only thing Rakim is a forefather, right? He's a god. So you can't put Rakim up there because Rakim didn't stand a test of time. Rakim didn't evolve like Nas and Jay did. Nas and Jay was two of the few. Like, honestly, if you think about it in retrospect, they're the few artists that actually was able to transition through the ages of time, because they didn't sound, they weren't aged. Their pattern, their voice, it wasn't aged. Rakim is in a capsule on his own. He's the God MC, right? Kane, God MC. Cool G Rap, God MC. It's hard to put them on that Mount Rushmore, although they're the forefathers, but did they push everything forward? And that's why I think with Big is great. Big has 2 albums that were phenomenal, and it's very difficult to make an argument not to have Big up there. But I digress. I still think that LL has to be on there. If we're talking about these solo artists, you have to have LL on there, but you have to also consider Kane. You have to consider what his contributions were to hip hop at that time, because he also helped change the trajectory of lyricism in rap. When rap was like with a hip to the hop, or just like one break beat or whatever, Kane came through with a whole different flow, different style, pizzazz. Kane was to the 80s what Jay was to us in the 90s and 2000s. That's the level of lyricism and showmanship that Kane had, that we give Jay so much credit for. So hard to keep him out the argument, to be quite honest.
Yeah, Kane certainly has an argument, to be in. I give him that. You know what I mean? My only thing with Kane was, right, and I thought his first 2 albums were great, though classic level. Right. Now once he really started getting in his bag, right, you know what I'm saying? He was like the Black James Bond, and then the house was blowing up, but then it was smoke, but you could see the house in the background because video was really bad. Like, you know what I mean? And then he did the love song where he didn't even rap. He was like singing and shit. I'm just like, he lost me, like that album. That album lost me completely. You know what I'm saying? I was like, now, you know what? I mean, like I said, he was ahead of his time. So he's thinking about something, that could be done today. If you look at Drake made an R&B album, you know what I mean, as a rapper. I'm just like, Kane tried that. We didn't really take to it then. But then years later, you know what I mean, you had a rap artist who was able to successfully do that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I give credit for that. And I'm like, if somebody wanted to make an argument for him being in Mount Rushmore, hey, man, I don't have no problem with that either. Yeah. I'm just saying, for me, though, you know what I'm saying, he's like right there, but he's not there.
Right. No, that's fair. And like LL said, man, let's get back to like my arm. If it ever leave my side to transform into a time bomb. The dude said, you don't want to borrow that, you want to idolize. And you don't want to make me mad, you want to socialize. Yo, L is ridiculous, man. So yeah, we gotta put L on there, man. we gotta put L on there.
L's crazy.
This dude said you don't want to borrow that. You want to idolize. You don't want to make me mad. You want to stabilize.
I think it's the picture with LL Cannabis that will never leave my head. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, it just looked disrespectful. It's just like, all right, yeah, kid, go ahead, man. Take the picture, man. You know what I mean? Like, that just looked disrespectful.
If y'all listen to that GOAT album, the song he had Ja Rule on the hook when he was telling the story.
It's been so long.
Yes.
Wait a minute. Shout to Bimmy. Shout to Bimmy.
Yeah, shout to Bimmy for that. Shout to Bimmy. Queen get the money again. Shout to Bimmy. Bimmy for Queens too. Shout to Bimmy. Queens get the money. But yeah.
Yo, he's gonna ride this, man.
You gotta ride the wave, man. You gotta
Marc,
ride the wave.
I need you to find something for Philly because one day, we going.
What, a Philly Mount Rushmore?
Yeah, right. No. A Philly talk your shit picture.
All right, yeah. I got you. I gotta look for it, but I got you.
We'll find something. But yo,
team, talked about that, Tayson. You missed that.
Yeah, Tayson. Get right, Tayson. Nick gracefully went through that. Tayson just woke up.
No, he might have went to use the bathroom. He was just
he's probably doing the street team general stuff. You know what I'm saying?
He was he was thinking about that podcast after dark.
That's what it is.
Well, man, he hit us over the head. Anytime I post something, he gonna hit us over the head. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised that didn't get taken down. Thank you, Facebook, because y'all take all my memes down, but y'all kept this one up. You know what I mean? For real. So love to y'all.
Yeah, because Marc gets wild. So yo, that was a good discussion, y'all. Thank you so much for that. The Mount Rushmore is something that we can talk about for hours, man, because there's so many different places to go with it. So many people you can select. You can have a great argument for anybody. And that's not to say that the forefathers of hip hop don't deserve to be on there. You know what I mean? Because there are so many places you can go and say this person deserves to be on here for this reason, that reason. There's so many areas to go. But thank you all for gracefully going through that. We got our guest backstage. Nick, you're more than welcome to stay on if you like, because we have
some questions to ask them.
Absolutely. We got our guest backstage. I'm about to bring them on. But this is the guy we were talking about for the past couple of weeks now. We told you guys that we was going to get him on the show. He is an independent recording artist representing the Blast Music Group. Shout out to Blast. Shout out to our partners over there, showing so much love and collaborating for the past couple of weeks now. This is an artist that I enjoyed talking to a few times now over the last couple of weeks or so. Marc and I had a chance to connect with the brother. This brother's very passionate about the music, very passionate about what he's doing. I love what he's doing. I love the maturation process. I feel like I'm seeing it from a front view mirror right now. Like I'm like in the middle of his movie as he writes his script. And I'm looking forward to seeing how this thing plays out, because I think this guy got so many wonderful chapters that he's going to bring to us. I want to bring him on, and he is no other than the homie, Jay Sa. Jay, what it do, man?
Hey, what's happening with it, man?
Man, what up?
Me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can hear you, brother. We can hear you. So, man, how you feeling out there, man? You out there in Vegas, in Vegas, in Sin City.
Hey, man, it's been hot, man. It's actually kind of cooled off because it rained out here, but when I say hot, I'm talking about like 116.
116.
Yeah, like 116. Right? I'm talking about it's like 108 at 11 o'clock at night, midnight. You outside.
Yeah, God bless.
No sense.
Woo. Man, Marc can go bananas out there at 116.
Man, jeez. Yeah, you're right, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's hot in Vegas, man. But you know what I mean, all the times I've been, I'm like, as soon as you step outside, it's like, ooh, man, I'm gonna go back in this casino and lose some more money. You know what I mean?
Man, around, it's like opening the oven door. And the oven, that air, it's like that.
Sound about right?
Man.
Yes, sir. But Jay, we really appreciate you coming on tonight, man. I had the chance to get the music out to the team so they can get a chance to listen and kind of dive into what I've been diving into it for the past couple of weeks now. We wanted to go ahead and get into it, man. Where does the name Jay Sa come from, man?
J-Star, that's my.
Oh, here go Merv doing his Merv.
Hey, let my man answer the question.
Hold on, Jason. We can't talk about if you've been watching the podcast, then you should know the expectations from me. We can't bring you on here after we just talked about the Mount Rushmore of New York. We need to hear your Mount Rushmore of New York, because I know you've been watching. Now, who's your fourth one? If it's Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas, who's your fourth? Oh, you replace every damn body. We need to know your New York rappers Mount Rushmore before you answer that question Shawn just asked you.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. My growing up with music is really different. I'm sheltered as a child, from the rap music and all that, So most of the stuff I got to listen to was stuff that was on the radio, And back then, being raised up in Florida, that's the days when you had Uncle Luke and all them. You know what I'm saying? That's what you hear on the radio, So I never really got to listen too much of all those. But I'm not gonna lie, I agree with y'all about LL. I have been a fan of him, man, and you're right. He's my albums consistently. How many of them he's out there? Is more than 13, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I would have to agree to give LL that spot.
Okay. All right.
Gotcha.
So
go ahead, Shawn, with your question.
Merv, take over.
Okay. Question again?
Yeah. Oh, I mean your name, J. Sai. Where's that come from?
Yeah. So all right. So it's my first name, my last name is Shawn, and so it's S.A. So it's J. S. Bob, and I just put it together like that, man, and it kind of just sat there. It made a hell of a ring for me. I'm like, that's
okay. I got you. Man, shoot. Now, I went through all your music, right? I went through it. I went through all of it, and I'm gonna tell you, like I had a trip. I was going up to New York on some business, right? So I knew I had time. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be 2 hours well spent, right? So I'm just playing it, right? Let me tell you, that joint rolling. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna say like this, right?
The first song I put on.
I'm like, man, that song for me personally, right? I'm like, every city that I go to the car scene of every city. That's just my thing. You know what I'm saying? Whether we riding or we racing or whatever, right? But that's the song right there. I'm just like, man, listen. I was like, it took me to a place like when I went down to Houston, visit my cousin, you know what I mean? And they rolling them slabs or whatever, you know what I mean? 50, 60 cars deep, and you just rolling, right? You know what I'm saying? You swinging and all that. I'm like, yo, it took me to that. Shout the Trader Truth. Shout the, you know what I'm saying, that screw music, but that's where it took me. You know what I'm saying? So that's my personal favorite from you so far. I'm like, I know it's more to come, but right now though, I'm like, that's what I'm playing. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I appreciate that, man. Matter of fact, before the end of this week is up, man, I should have at least two more new ones on blast, man.
Okay, cool. That'll work, man.
For sure. But no, I appreciate that, man. Rolling. When I heard that beat, man, one of my other artists, man, that's the love, man. Rest in peace, Nate Dogg. I heard his vibe. I heard his vibe.
I wish Shawn was on here right now. Damn, I wish Shawn was on here because I was listening to your music this morning, and I Shawn up. I'm like, yo, when I listen to him, I get a West Coast Nate Dogg feel when I listen to his music. And Shawn's like, ooh, that's interesting. I was gonna bring that up to ask, have you heard that before, or am I just tripping?
Nah, so that kind of was the look I was going for. I wanted that because every time Nate Dogg's on the track, man, it's that smooth, that chill, man. And that's the whole vibe I was going for. Let me add that type of flavor to it. So I like that track, man. Yeah. That is one of my ones I had to play a lot as well.
Okay.
Are you you're in Vegas currently, but you're from Vegas?
No, I'm originally from the Virgin Islands.
Okay. Virgin Islands.
Nick just lit up.
Where at in the Virgin Islands?
St. Thomas.
For real? Oh, isn't that nice? Okay.
Man.
I think she's from the islands too, I believe.
No, I'm not from the islands. My family is from Trinidad. Well, they're from Tobago.
Okay.
Okay. Your music, when I was listening to it, it put me back in like that old school West Coast vibe. You know, the kind of stuff that I like. I don't know how old you are. You don't gotta say. I'm 42.
No, I don't know.
So like it brought me back to that, and I really enjoyed it because like those were the days.
You know what? You right though, because I'm like, man, listening to some of your music, I am thinking about like other West Coast, some West Coast artists. You know what I mean? From before, Lil Half Dead. You know what I'm saying? Like J.O. Felony, people like that. Like it gives that type of vibe, but y'all mean it's new. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like you can tell it's new. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? But it kind of gives that type of vibe, and it's another song that I like. We Can Do Better. This song, when I heard it, right, it kind of reminded me of a song that really got Meek Mill, to Rick Ross. You know what I mean? Living at the Speed of Light. You know what I'm saying? What it's kind of really a behind the scenes type of thing. You know what I mean? Here in Philly, is that song, Rick Ross liked that song a great deal, and he wanted to meet with Meek Mill after the T.I. situation that fell through, and that was from his mixtape, and his mixtape really got him, to the forefront, Flamers 2. But that song kind of reminds me of that a little bit, not the song, but just maybe for how I would listen to it. You know what I'm saying? It kind of gives you, for it's like it has inspiration, but it's real some cool shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, when you ride, and it's just like, man, like, yo, this shit is cool, but it makes you think. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I got from that record, man. You know what I mean? For real. So I'm like, yo, I like this one. This one remind me of something from back home. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that, man.
What's your favorite strain?
Favorite strain? I'm more of a sativa, hybrid sativa dominant. But one of my favorite sativas I would have to say is Tropicana. Tropicana, that does something like that.
Jay Saul, so sometimes artists have like certain traditions or certain steps or certain things that they follow when they're trying to get in creative mode. Like somebody, usually about to go to the studio, somebody send you a beat. Do you have any kind of like strange things that you do that you care to share, or do you have a process that you kind of follow every time so you can keep consistent with your creative juices?
Yeah. First thing I do is turn everything off and say a little prayer. God is the one that gave me this talent, and I got to thank him for it every time. So I make sure I do that first, then I use my smoke, and then I put on music and go with it, But that's normally my procedure.
Okay.
What, like after?
Go ahead, Nick.
After people listen to your music, what, like, how do you want people to feel? Like, what do you want people to know about you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what is the story that you want people to get from your music?
Out of all my music, I put 90% of my tracks, I try to put a message in there. And it's a positive message how we really need to be.
Bless you.
I feel like that's what's going on these days, the way I look at things. A lot of people look at things so negatively, kind of after you can't look at it like that sometimes. So that's one of my main things, man. And everybody's looking for a president to make things, make the world united a better place. And I feel like that's not the case. We got to change within us first. Until we do that, you know, we're going to continue to be doing the same thing that we're doing now. So that's really the main message I'm trying to get out there. You know, that things might look this way, but take it. Look at it this way. See how that does for you.
All right.
Mark, you got?
Man, yeah. I gotta hit you with another track, man. That joint Distractions. That's that. I'm gonna say like this. Like when I heard that, I was like, man, you know, I called Yummy for some of my young boys from back home, right? And I was just like, yo, just listen, right? You know what I'm saying? I like put your ear to the phone, listen, right? They like, yo, that shit not, yo, like who that, right? I like, yo, it's this homie Jay Sai, you know what I mean, from out Vegas. I was like, yo, we interviewing them tonight. He like, oh man, you know what I mean? I gotta see that shit, man. But they was feeling that. Like I like, oh, that's the party joint. That's the joint, you know what I mean, for it get you rocking. So I was feeling that, man. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, you know, I see anybody, you know what I mean, play your music and they trying to get into that mode, just, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, play that Distractions. I was like, that's that work right there. I was feeling that joint.
That's what's up. I appreciate that. That's exactly what I was going for too.
Okay, cool. That'll work, man.
Jason, what's your favorite song that you put together? What's your favorite production?
I would have to say my very first song that I did was called The Belt. That right there,
I remember, yeah, I heard that.
The Belt.
Okay.
Yeah. That right there, I wrote that. It took me about 3 months to do it. Each month I did a verse, and it's 3 verses. I talked about everything that I was going through, the struggle, how life was really beating me down and all that, but I was just taking these punches, you know. So it's a whole fighting mode that I have going on, you know. So I implemented that in verses. Just like how a boxer, you know, your first verse, you know, you feel in the mouth, you know, say something over here, you know, little punchlines here, you know, second verse, you know, second round, I'm doing my thing. Then third round, you know, third verse, I'm hitting them, throwing them punches. You know, so I did it like it was like a boxing match, you know, I had a whole theme, you know, so my very first track I did, you see, was roasting me a little bit, you know, how the style switches up. So I like to sit back every now and then. I'll go back and listen to that and get to hear my progression. Like, wow, that's cool to actually hear that all in one song, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Did you plan it that way to do it like one verse a month, or did it just happen in the fall like that?
It happened to work out like that.
Okay, can you go in more? Can you go in more about that? Like you wrote the verse and then you had writer's block, or you was just like
no. So I was writing other tracks in the meantime. You know, that was just something I was going to go back to. And I always would work on something 4 at a time. You know. Yeah, but I kind of put that one on the back, you know, but I kept writing to it. You know, every time I'm like, oh, you know what? Let me get back to it. Just having to work out that way, man.
Do you kind of like sometimes be riding or be doing something and then something hit you and make you think of a verse to add on to another verse? So that's kind of you kind of have your verses kind of natural.
I haven't been in a situation like that, but I will wake up like in the middle of the night or something with a verse. It's crazy. I feel like I wrap my head in my sleep, man. But yeah, I recently, say last week, man, I woke up with a hot little bar, man. I was like, oh, roll over, you know, sit down. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put that to the side, you know. So it happens often.
You carry a pad with you?
Not my pad, but I put everything in my phone. Yeah, my notepad on my phone.
Yeah. Man, let me ask you a question though. Like when you're writing a song, right? Do you write, you know what I mean, the verse first, or you know what I mean, for the hook, and then you know?
So what I do is I listen to beats, man. Every beat tells a story. you know, and how I'm translating what I'm hearing. And when I hear it pop, then others, like sometimes it'll come on and I'm like, oh damn, I actually hear the word, you know. Write it down and okay, I got my topic. You know, that's the only time we need to write is the topic.
Okay.
You know, the topic, bam, that's the hardest part is the topic. I have that, man. It's all downhill, man.
Okay.
Interesting. So okay. Just for clarification, you hear the beat and you listen to the beat until you come up with the topic, and then you go with the lyrics.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Do you when the topic hits you, do you immediately start with the lyrics?
When the topic hits me, I do my hook first. Well, you know, it really depends. It depends. It depends. But I normally like to get the hook first because the hook is your topic. You know? Yeah. So once you got your hook, you got your topic. Bam. It's all good for now.
Okay. How many collabs do you have so far? Like what other artists, other independent artists?
Just one.
Just one?
Yeah.
That's another.
And that was the very beginning. To be honest with you, man, I'm really trying to do this myself. You know, I'm not trying to want people to think that way, but this is just something I want it to be all me. You know, I might feature it. You know, but this is something I need to do.
All right, I feel you on that. Like, have you you know, and this is probably down the road. You know, maybe for you get a singer, to sing a hook or something like that on it, or
yeah, I definitely be with it.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely with it.
How long have you been doing this?
2 years, man. I've been going on 3. Yeah, I didn't even know I had sound right until I finally did. I was like, what's that?
I was going to ask, what sparked that first pen? What sparked that first time picking that pen up and start writing? What sparked that first?
I was on the way home, man, listening to the radio. Something came on. I was like, nah, bro. I know I can do this, bro. Real talk, bro. This was, you know, I ain't trying to be no cat, but I'm like, I know I can do this, you know, and just went to work. You know, I'm always trying to play around with the freestyle and stuff, you know, try to catch the beat, you know, but writing, you know, this is something totally new, man. And it's kind of crazy. I'm just out of this out, but I needed to go through everything in life before I got to where I'm at now. You know, it was all bad.
Okay.
I've been jumping steps in my life. You know, from 2 to 7, you know, I'm 67. I need to go through these struggles. You know, I need to build this person who I am. And so I can do what I want to do. Go out here and put this message out here and do it. Have the strength to, you know, go forth with it.
Okay. Man, let me ask you a question. Like, who is some of your favorite artists?
Oh man, Luda, that was my dude, man.
Okay.
When I first heard him on Pinbot, the song Fat Rat. When I first heard him on that, I was like, who is this guy? Who is this guy? You know? So I've been a fan ever since then, man. And his personality, how he is with music, it's like I feel the same way. You know, so he's a person that does a lot of like movie, you know, stuff like that. I do that a lot all the time, you know, movie references. And but he was in it for me. Twisted, the show, you know, nobody was sitting like that, you know, this guy come out and kill him. You know, first thing it was him and do or die. You know, then Twisted went off to his own thing. I've always been a fan of him. But to right now, man, dude that's killing it, man, is Emmett Jordan, man. They've been really catching my ear. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. They catch the money.
Okay.
So I was gonna ask a question kind of similar to Mark's, like who are your musical influences? And that question is very, I know it's kind of cliche, but since you're from St. Thomas, your influences may come from other sources, like
Right.
you know.
So reggae was actually mostly what I listened to when I got a little bit older. Um, but I didn't really get into too much rap until I moved over here to Texas. In Florida, I mean, I did listen to techno, but I got into it more out here in Vegas because reggae's not out here like that. So I kind of lost touch with. But my favorite reggae artist, Vibez, that man spit. That man, that's my dude.
We had a show last month, June, and I was trying to explain to them the difference between reggae, dancehall, soca, and then I was, explaining to them the different genres of like soca. You got the jab, you got the power, it would have been nice to have you on, especially since you love reggae. So you know what I mean?
Right.
Love reggae.
Right.
Do you think that in the future you may want to do something, like a song or something to kind of pay homage to your Caribbean roots?
Absolutely.
Besides Buju, not Buju, I'm sorry. Yeah, besides Buju, because I know that's everybody's favorite. What other reggae artists would you like to work with?
Even not.
Unless Buju is not your favorite.
It's not even. I'm not just. That's the man right there. Yeah, I do a booty bunny. But it's young lady. What is her name? I can't even think of it right now. Coffee. Yeah, but she has song out, and it's her voice. Her voice does something. I'm like, man, I would love to do a hook with her. Right now. Yeah, it is Coffee. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Oh, Coffee.
Coffee. Yeah, he has a
That's
sound.
who did that song, Toast.
Yeah.
Toast, correct.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I'm telling all the Yankee. They may not know.
All right. Yeah, she has a sound, definitely. I would want to collab with that for sure. Yeah, we'll do a hot track.
Yeah, that would be dope.
Yeah.
Okay, hey Shawn, we didn't ask all the normal questions, like the next 3 questions that came to your mind right now. Yeah, we didn't ask that shit. So think about the 5th question that comes to your mind, and then you can ask that motherfucker.
I'm sorry about this, Jay. I'm sorry for this. No, I think with Jay, we had a chance to talk yesterday a little bit, and I was telling you how I was impressed with just the growth and the evolution of your style over the past, really in a short period of time. Now, do you feel like you have to continue to evolve your style until you get into a place where you say, this is me, this is what I am? Are you looking at maintaining that, or are you looking at continue to grow that style?
Okay, so really, how I am only able to be able to flow on any track. I don't care what genre music is. And so that's why I try to do a different type of, fast, slow, just so I can have that flow that I can put on any type of track and have that creativity. I can put my flavor on it. That's what I'm trying to get. I want a more wide range than I can have different flow.
So what are you comfortable with? Because some artists, when you get them a hi-hat beat, they're gonna ride it. That's their comfort zone. You get to some like a bop beat, they're comfortable with that. If someone were to give you any producer out there that get a chance to watch this show or listen to this show, what kind of beat or what kind of rhythm you can say this is my chamber? This is something that I know I can write to without a problem, like my comfort zone.
You know what? That's really a good question, man. Because we actually look at some tracks. The music is all different. You know, I don't want to have just a comfort zone. I want to be uncomfortable, so that be comfortable. Just that wide range. So it'll be really actually hard for me to even answer that, man. I love challenges. You know,
What? Jay?
that sounds hard for some rap on. Trying to get on it.
Well, Jason, let me ask you this: is a remix to his question? The song that you have produced so far and have already put together, which song do you feel you rode the beat the best on so far?
Mm. Mm.
Actually, it's a track that I'm about to put out this week.
We haven't heard it yet. Okay.
Yeah. And the track I'm about to come out this week. Yeah, I think I got it.
You gonna tell us the name or the secret?
No, drop it first. Drop it first.
I'm
we'll
trying
figure it out.
It's called That's Crazy. That's Crazy. And it's pretty much gonna be about golden. You know, just trying to use you for what you got. You know, your money. So at the same time, I'm like, I want to make you think. I owe you it. You know, so it's gonna have a little comedy to it. But I actually think this one pretty dope. So something different. You know, I got the chop the way I wanted to, and I think it's gonna come out good. I should be recording Thursday. All right.
Okay, I was just about to ask you, was you gonna drop it on the normal Tuesday or you gonna do the end of the week? I was just about to ask that.
It might be the end of the week. Probably by the end of the week.
Okay.
You can check out Blast webpage. They probably put it out there. You know, feel free to go onto my page. You'll see it on there. It's called That Crazy.
Okay. You did a hook on that one already, right?
Correct. Yeah. So I did the second verse, and I just need
to get
a little verse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told Troy, I said, hey, that is crazy. That's good. That's the one right there. I told Troy that. I said, yo, that's the crazy one. That's it. Yeah. You know what? That's what we thought. I'm gonna blow it up, yo. I won't blow it up, but that's what I was telling you about yesterday. That I felt like, yo, I see the progression. I see the change. I see the rhythmatic difference between the first one I heard and this one that's coming up. That's what I was talking about yesterday. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you feel me then? What I mean, like I feel like I wrote this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And this week going down.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. And so everybody, y'all make sure to check out Blast this weekend and look for That's Crazy, so we can hear how you ride this damn beat.
Yeah. Sign up for Blast, man. Look for J-Sai. You know what I'm saying? It's easy, for the sign up, get on there. He drop tracks all the time, so you gotta keep up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You gotta keep up, man. But you know what I'm saying? Yeah, look for him, man. Yeah.
Hey, Jason. Okay, go ahead, Nick.
Vegas. What makes Vegas's hip hop scene different than other cities? Like, you know what I mean? Like when we think about Vegas hip hop, what should we, what would we think about?
You know what? To be honest with you, I haven't been out there on the scene at all. And because I've when I came way of living, a way of thinking, I stepped out of that scene. I'm nothing where I go home, I'm at work, home, studio. Studio's like my second home. You know, we I have my babies. You know, I'm not away from all that. I'm out here just trying to make this music. You know, and trying to put it out there. You know, and I'm trying to stay away from all that social media is crazy. You know, that's why I'm gonna rep blast real hard, man, to keep me out there and keeping me from having to go through that type of event.
That way,
that reminds me of like, I know you say that you know that you do listen to like Luda, and you know you named some of your other favorite artists, but I think it was DMX. He said that he don't listen to the radio at all when he's like writing and stuff because he wants to sound like him. You know what I mean? So like, is that part of your process? You know, kind of like isolating yourself and getting in your J-Sob bubble to kind of, you know.
No, it's actually for a whole nother reason. You know, like I said, if you listen to my music, you hear all the stuff that I went through, people in life, you know, fake friends. It's hard to find real out here, man. And in the meantime, I don't really listen. I'd rather sit here at the house, you know, here with my family. You know, when I have them on the weekend. Other than that, I'm here chilling. You know, I'm writing. I do. You know, matter of fact, you see that one right there? I made that one. You know, I keep myself in the house.
What is that?
Safe, I think.
What you say that was?
You know, bonsai trees.
Oh, Karate Kid, Miyagi.
Yeah, that's on. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I got you.
Yeah.
You watch
that's my whole thing. I watch them.
That's nice.
The Cobra Kai TV show?
I haven't. People keep talking about it.
Oh, yeah. All right. One night, you know, have flashbacks. My bad. Let's get back to the music. Anybody got any other questions before we wrap up?
I mean, you answered mine, man. Again, man, I really appreciate you coming on tonight, brother. We definitely looking forward to the music, looking forward to seeing the growth. We're going to make sure that when you hit that hit, we're going to refer back to this show tonight and like, yo, the kid was on that. We need you to come back. Once that joint is released, we need you to come back so we can talk about it again. When you get those awards, we need to get those awards. We need to hear the name. We need to hear the guys. So shout out to the guys. I'm just kidding.
No, for real.
Hey, J-Sob. J-Sob. We need that exclusive.
Exclusive, hey, bet. So.
Okay.
No, everything. I appreciate y'all having me on here, man.
Absolutely.
Take the time to listen to my music. You know, like I said, I don't have nobody, no friends like that. I don't kick with nobody like that. I don't have anybody to give me feedback, you know. So to actually get it from y'all, man, I'm loving every bit of it, man. Y'all gonna have me cheesing all night, bro.
Oh man, shit. You know, this easy, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I like, man, wait till I play y'all me for real for some more people. I ain't even played for everybody yet.
Facts.
Don't worry, they catch me in the street, they gonna know what it is.
That's what Marc do. Indeed, but brother, we appreciate it.
I definitely enjoyed it. You know, this is not my show. I'm a guest on this show. You know, if I didn't like it, I wouldn't be on. I would just be like, Shawn, never mind. So I genuinely did like it. And here's to this. You know, I'm cheersing with Fiji Water, but here's to you know you working with coffee.
Indeed.
No, thank you.
Indeed. Yo, Jay, man, we appreciate you again, brother. Please do not hesitate to reach back out to us if you want to come on and preview a song, a video, whatever we can do to help push it, to help get the word out that you are coming. You are busy. We're gonna do our thing and support you, brother. We really love this, what you're doing out there, and keep doing it, man.
Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. You just reminded me of a question. Performances.
Okay.
You've been like performing and stuff? Is that something planned for the future? I know it's cold, but you know.
It will be.
Yeah.
It will be.
Well, definitely, you know.
I think I want to do more videos than me.
Yeah, the videos. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I have one done as well too. It'll be released with Blast, so
Mm-hmm.
keep your eye out for that.
Yeah, the link is posted in the comments.
Yep.
Mm.
So folks, definitely check that out.
Yeah, check that out, man. Blastmusic247.com. You know what I mean? Shoot, check that out. You know what I mean? For J Sai, you know what I mean? For check him out.
Absolutely. Shout out to Troy. Shout out to L. Shout out to the team over there. Some good brothers. And we appreciate the love. We appreciate the support. And we're definitely going to spin it back to you all as well. So, Jay Sa, thank you again, my man. Much blessings to you and much luck, my homie. So we'll talk soon.
Hey, for sure. Y'all have a good one.
All right, y'all.
You too.
All right, now.
Peace.
He's a very positive person.
Yeah, real good dude. Real good dude. We chopped it up for a while yesterday. Really level-headed guy. You know what I mean? Got some things going in the right direction for him. Wish him much success, much love, and blessings to his career.
Nigga,
shout out to the Virgin Islands, because Virgin Islands is full of like really good people. Like the people I know from Virgin Islands, super positive. They're not into no nonsense.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Good vibes, man. Really good vibes. So, good show tonight. Good show tonight, fellas and ladies. Thank you, Nick, for jumping on tonight with us.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. You're definitely family. So
shut up, Merv. You don't have to sit up like that.
Yeah. You catch it too, right? You be catching it too. Yeah. You be catching the little quirks, man. But shout out to the team. Shout out to Tayston, the street team general. Tayston came through last night in the clutch and was able to rock it with the ladies last night on their show. So good job last night, Tayston. I think Tayston teared up. I don't know why. This dude got dude, you crying? Like you really crying. But shout out to Tayston. He showed his emotions last night. And, I guess it's a Philly thing. I don't understand.
No, it's not a Philly thing.
Here you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Tayston told the story and started crying though, Mark. I don't know where that came from. About friendship. Like I never cried over a friendship conversation, but Tayston did, man. My bad, Tayston. When people saw it, y'all can't go back and watch the show from last night. You see Tayston.
Oh man.
Tayston went into a really dark space last night and started crying, man.
Was Houdini playing in it? Wait a minute, was Houdini? Hey, Shawn, was Houdini playing in the background or no? Or did you hear that? I just was just checking.
Yo, I heard it faintly in the background, man, and I was like, "Yo, is son crying on Because he did this right here, and then he did this. I'm like, "Yo, is he trying to stop the tears from coming down because he pulling his head to the back?" And that's when people like just look off into space, man. So I really was worried, man. But tell you something, man, we love you no less, man. So thank you for showing the vulnerability last night, homie. But for real, Tayston, the street team general, man, he came through in the clutch last night. Shout out to Stacks, man. Stacks, he wanted to support the night, but Stacks had his baby boy came in town. So of course he had to take care of his son tonight and show him the great city of Columbia. I think Stacks took him on 2 Notch Road in Columbia and on Harbison. So he showed him everything Columbia had to offer. So shout out to Stacks and his boy, getting him back home safe. Shout out to the crew, man. Shout out to Tina. Shout out to Becca. Shout out to Lola. Shout out to the team. Shout out to the Squizzard. Shout out to Nick. We got some stuff still cooking in the oven. We still working on some things. Work with us. We're working things out the right way. We're going to do it the right way. We have a lot going on. A lot of affiliates now. Have a lot of family. Our family is growing and expanding. We got the Blast Music Group part of our family. They got other artists. Shout out to Jay Star for coming on tonight. We have a couple of more artists that we're coming on as well in the near future that we're going to showcase to you all. We got some guys who actually have videos out, got deals and everything on lock. And we're going to continue to give y'all everything that we have. We're going into different bags. We have a bag that we about to dive into really soon. Don't want to prematurely talk about that. But we got so many rounds in the chamber that we're going to come at y'all heads up over and over and over and over. And we're going to continue to grow with it. So again, Thank you all for hopping on tonight. Thank you all for rocking with us tonight. Shout out to Blackjack TV, channel 199, Zingo TV, YouTube. Shout out to Mount High Radio, and shout out to Facebook. Shout out to everybody who rocks with us, frontline and behind the scenes. Anyone has anything before I say peace?
Nah, you got all sponsors. You got everybody, right?
Yeah, I think all sponsors. Yep.
Blackjack, Zingo, everybody.
Here you go.
Yep,
All right.
got everybody.
Shawn?
And Queens get the money.
Peace.
Get that shit up, please.
Queens get the money.